Now pushing on Dragon Movie 4. Now, this is Dragon Movie 5. Get some stance, get some back on. Now, let's get to it. I know, right? Of course. So, do you know you realize or so? I know. Okay, I was gonna get some ideas. Meow. Oh, okay. Well, how do you know about that? I don't know. I was getting some ideas. Of course. Alright, let me bring it out. Yeah, that should do it. Eventually, I was getting into my ideas, right? Except, I was in there for some reasons. So, did I realize? Of course. We'll talk later. Okay, never mind that. Okay, so I was gonna head out for some reasons. So, if you got some ideas, I was gonna know that also. Alright then, if you assume. Come on, I was gonna keep running. Meow meow. Shh. Okay. Whew. Alright. Well, this is it. Eventually, you get some ideas also. Because I was gonna know for some reasons. So you want to keep them in mind also? Because I was gonna get some ideas actually. Meow? I know. Whoa! Okay. Well, you want to keep them in mind. Meow meow. Of course. Okay, well, this is it. Eventually, I was gonna write. Of course. Okay, so you can assume. Okay. Alright then. So, how do you know about that? I don't know. I was gonna get some ideas, Julie. Of course. Alright, come on. Okay. I need to wait for them? Okay. I was getting some ideas. They are. So, you've been chilling out? Not much. Of course. Anyways, I was getting some ideas. Whoa, we can head there? Yep. Eventually, I was getting some ideas also. I know, why? Yep. And also, I was getting to get some ideas. Eventually, I have no idea. Of course. So did I know what it was? I know. It's okay. Alright then. You want to keep them in mind? Thanks. Okay then. Phew. Okay. Just keep them in mind. Okay. I know. Why? I was gonna get some ideas. Phew. I know. Meow? Of course. I didn't realize also. Cause I was getting some ideas visually. I know, why? Of course. So you figured this out? We know that, meow. Of course. So you want to keep the mine? I know. Okay, guess I was right. Yep. So, I was gonna know this from earlier. Of course. I know, right? Yep. If we need to head there, I think this should be it. Oh, okay. Alright, then keep in mind. Because I have no idea, right? I know. Eventually, I was getting some ideas. Of course. I know, right? Cause I'm not sure I realize it though. I know. Eventually. Okay, alright then, we'll do that, okay? Alright then. So, you got some ideas? I know. Okay. Know about that, right? Meow. Of course. So, did I know I realized also? Cause I was getting some ideas, right? I didn't know I realized also. I know, right? Meow. Of course. I didn't know I realized also. I know, right? Of course. We'll talk later, okay? Okay. So you sure you realize? I know, right? Yep. For some reasons, I didn't realize also. I know. And for some reasons, right? I know. We'll head there. Keep in mind. Okay. So, you got some ideas? I know. Alright then, keep them in mind, okay? Cause I was getting some ideas, right? Of course. Alright then, we'll meet you there. Cause I was getting some ideas also. Meow? Of course. Alright then, bye. Meow, 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 meow.